Hello. All right, so I wanted to jump on here and give you a little snippet summary of what I shared on my free info webinar that was on last week, catered towards health and wellness practitioners and coaches out there. It was a 2-hour masterclass. The replay is available in the link in my bio, and I do talk about my practitioner training as well if you are interested to join. But I wanted to jump on here and share a little snippet of how I got into the online space and transitioning from being a hands-on therapist as an osteopath into the online coaching world. And the reason I wanted to talk about that is because of everything that is currently happening around the world that is really affecting health and wellness practitioners, particularly those who are in face-to-face business, and also coaches who maybe aren't quite having the thriving coaching practice that they want. So before I jump into that, if you do want to watch the replay, I think there's really valuable information in there. It does go for 2 hours, and there's a bit of Q&A at the end. It's only going to be up for another couple of weeks, but I talked about the 3 pillars that helped me take the mind-body connection deeper with my clients and how you can learn about it. And then I also talked about something that I'm really passionate about over particularly this last year for health and wellness practitioners and coaches. And it really is about the 3 reasons that a lot of health and wellness practitioners and coaches burn out, which is really sad because a lot of the time you're really great prackies. Anyway, so I just wanted to jump in and share with you my journey and how this started, really to inspire you. But basically, I am trained as an osteopath, and I've been doing that for 15 years. And I was working face-to-face with clients, and I live in beautiful New Zealand, and I also run a couple of clinics called MetaMed in Wanaka and Queenstown. But what happened was the big C hit last year in March 2020, and then all of a sudden everything shut down apart from supermarkets and petrol stations and essential services, which meant my clinic shut down and I had a whole heap of expenses going out. So I had a commercial mortgage, I had a business that wasn't bringing any revenue in, some unknowns of that period of time. I had personal rent, I have a now 7-year-old, and my husband also, as a mountain guide, he was booked to travel to Bolivia and Peru to do some guiding trips. And of course, those got shut down and cancelled. So as a family, we actually had absolutely no income coming in, and we had so many expenses. Now, I say this all with a smile because it's actually all worked out absolutely fine now. But that is the place that I was in just before I started my business from scratch in the online space. So I didn't know really how to use social media apart from Facebook. I had to learn how to use Instagram, and I had to get over a lot of things, like just putting myself out there. So to turn up on a live video like this now would have been completely beyond me over a year ago. So I'm about 18 months into my journey now in the online space. So I wanted to share this because right now, I am seeing, particularly in Australia and New Zealand, but also everywhere, that people are really struggling with what is happening with their businesses, having to close down for a period of time and just wondering, hoping that maybe next week it's going to open, then the week after maybe it's going to open, and really feeling lost as a practitioner as to where you're going to go. So dealing with all of that current stress, I was kind of there for a period of time, but I decided something has to change. And it's really depressing for me to see a lot of great practitioners who probably work face-to-face not really know how to transition and keep doing their work. So originally, as a hands-on osteopath, but I really was delving more into psychosomatics and the emotional work. I also never ever thought that I would come hands-off from seeing people face-to-face or putting my hands on them as an osteopath. So it's like what they call off the tools in the therapy world. But I had to at that period of time, and I had to give it a go, and it was one of the best moves that I ever made. So if you are a practitioner who is kind of maybe just has a little bit of an idea around jumping into the online space, or you want to explore it, then I absolutely encourage you to do it. Because even when things open up again and you can jump back into seeing your clients face to face, then you have two options there. As I said, I never thought that I never thought that I would stop seeing my clients face to face, but now I am purely online, and it just gives such an element of freedom. And during our most recent lockdown, nothing had to change for me. So I just wanted to share that little snippet. I will jump on and do a few more lives sharing little bits and pieces from that free webinar. As I said, that is available for the next couple of weeks, the recording. But I do encourage you to jump on if you are a health and wellness practitioner or a coach who is wanting to kind of pivot your business and learn some really, really practical pillars that I use to take all of this mind-body connection work a level deeper with my clients that I share on here. Actually, there is so much I don't share on here that just happens in the groups. It's incredible. But if you are this practitioner who kind of knows something needs to change, I have so many people that say, I'll jump on your next course, which is absolutely fine. But I am so grateful for the practitioners who have already been through my training and the ones that continue in my mastermind with me, and seeing what is happening and what is available to them now rather than when the next course comes on board. So yeah, if you're kind of a little bit challenged right now with your practice and you know something needs to change, I want to tell you that was my story last year, just having everything going out, nothing coming in, and something having to change, and it's been the best decision I have made. So the link for it, if you don't know where to go in the bio, is theartoflisteningtoyourbody.com/emotional-body. And then I do share at the end more about my 10-week practitioner training, which is coming up starting October 5th, and the early bird is on until the 26th of September. All right, have a great day.